Hey everybody, welcome back to the Print 3D channel. Today is October 10th, and that means day 283 of the 3DP 365 project. And on today's episode, we continue to print out really cool stuff for Halloween with all kinds of cool flat Halloween decorations, so stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thank you for joining me here for day 283 of the 3DP 365 project. We're still printing out really cool stuff for Halloween, and we're on day 10. And today, we have all kinds of cool flat Halloween decorations. And these actually come in a huge set of 10. And I picked out a couple that I wanted to print, and I printed them out in different colors of MatterHackers Pro Series PLA. And our prints actually turned out pretty good. I am happy with the results. I only had one problem, and that was on the very first one I printed, which is the haunted house silhouette. And the problem was I didn't get a very good first layer, and I normally am very particular about my first layer, but I really wasn't watching it as close as I should have been, and the first layer didn't turn out really good at all. And then the tip of the house there curled up near the end of the print, which caused a little bit of smearing and weirdness on the top there. But since this is a silhouette style, the back still, or the front, will still be usable because it'll be hanging up probably in a window or some sort of decoration. So that was the first one I printed. This is the haunted house. And I did scale this up to 150% on the X and the Y, and I left the Z height at 3 millimeters. So these would all be nice and thin, but I wanted them a little bit bigger because they were really small in the set of 10. The next thing I printed out was the bat, and I really love this design, so I printed out a blood bat in MatterHackers Pro Series Burgundy Filament. And this print turned out perfect. I didn't have any curling problems whatsoever. The top layers look really good, and the very first layer was perfect as always. So this is a very good, easy print too. Most of these models take about 30 to 45 minutes to print at 200 or 150% scale on the X and Y just to make them a little bit bigger. So even at their original size, they're like 20-minute prints. But I wanted something a little bit bigger so we could have a larger than life decoration, because we're going to put a whole bunch of these in the decoration. So this was the next one I printed, which is the bat. And like I said, the print turned out really good. I am happy with the results. And the next thing I loaded up was some of the black filament, because I have just enough left to print a couple of small items. So I printed another bat because I think it looks really cool. And of course the print turned out perfect, no problems at all. I still had some black left on the roll. I still have probably about 20 grams of filament left on that roll, so one layer before we see the spool center. And I thought I have enough there to print another 5-gram model, so I printed out this cool cat silhouette, and that print turned out perfect. I really like it too. This is a cool little model. And again, I did scale this up on the X and Y to 150%, and I left the Z height at 3 millimeters. So they're all about the same thickness until I got to the skull. Now the skull is actually only a millimeter tall, or maybe even less. So when I scaled it up to 150% on the X and the Y, the Z height was only 2 millimeters. But it still turned out really good, and I am happy with the results. And this is a very cool design too. I like this skull design. And I decided to print it in the MatterHackers Lime Green because it's a good representation of what the glow filament looks like when it's glowing. So that was the last of the prints. And all in all, I'd say these prints turned out really good. This is a very cool set of flat Halloween decorations. There's quite a few more. There's a little devil guy. There's a pumpkin, obviously a little jack-o'-lantern. There's a ghost. There's a little devil dude. There's a bunch of different designs, and I'll put the link down in the description so you guys can download and print these yourself. And like I said, they're easy prints. Now, if you do scale them up, I would suggest leaving the Z height at the height of the original, because a lot of these models, except for the skull that I found, are all the same height. And you probably wouldn't want to make them too thick, because these make really good window decorations or just wall hangers. And printing them a little bit thicker also wastes a lot of filament. And considering these are like substitutions for those cheaper dollar store or even the big box store Halloween decorations, you probably want to use as less filament as possible, but still make them sturdy. And I know my wife has some plans for these, so I can't wait to see what she does with these. And like I said, all of our prints turned out awesome. These are some really great additions to our Halloween decorations. And I probably will print the rest in the series because there is 10 total in the package. And I'll probably switch out some of the colors, and I might even try some glow-in-the-dark filament on a couple of skulls. Well, that about wraps it up for day 283 of the 3DP 365 project. If you're looking for ways to support the channel, check out the affiliate links down in the description. If you make a purchase through MatterHackers, Amazon, or GearBest, it'll kick a little bit back to the channel. It won't cost you a penny, and I really appreciate it. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share those videos, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more cool Halloween prints.